G'day viewers, how's it going?
Viewers, how are ya?
Got Azy with me here, and
I am so with you here, and so pleased and honoured to be with him here because of this genuinely fortuitous day.
What's fortuitous about the day for you?
Fortuitous about the day is I get to see you, which I haven't been lately, and I
Little
haven't
unwell.
seen. No, not real well, and that's set to continue for a little bit. But today, fortuitously, I've managed to haul my carcass across town in a zombies that don't eat brains kind of fashion, and come here to Angry Studios to be with the man himself so that we can talk to the man about the man.
Yeah,
to the man.
because there's been a man who's got a bit of media coverage this week. He's some people regard him as the face of the Reclaim Australia movement.
Booyah!
Yeah. His name's Nathan Patterson, and look, honestly, the photo that's been circulated, it's fairly easy to make fun of him. You know, with his facial tattoo, which he claims to have done himself while looking in the mirror.
Which takes fortitude. Fortitude. Ow! Ow!
Persistence,
Ow!
certainly.
Ow! Oh, the eyes now.
Yeah.
Ow!
And wearing his Southern Cross singlet, Aussie flag about thing, and the big toothless mouth, and people have made fun of him. And look, some toothless people are quite nice.
That's right.
You know, and Azy has an issue, for those who haven't been paying attention, with a possibly cancerous infection that's killing his teeth, so them and a bunch of his jaw has to come out.
Just go.
And maybe...
And we're all looking forward to that.
Yeah.
It'll be 3 months of toothless Azy viewers. I hope we can all cope.
That ought to be interesting.
There might be a bit of jawless Azy too, but we'll get to that when we get there, that's right.
Yeah, you know.
You know, a lot of that going on. Nate's, on the other hand, doesn't have to deal with that because he's real straw.
Yeah, well, I don't know, maybe that's his problem. Maybe he's been chewing on tables. I don't know why he has no teeth.
There's no bloody link between me chewing on tables and a cancerous infection in my friggin' jaw. It was just a thing I did, and I don't do it much anymore. It's just a thing. I've been told by health professionals, maybe there was some formaldehyde in the table. It's just a thing I did. For God's sake, you fuck one sheep. God.
Yeah. And our man Nate is upset about people rushing to judgment as well. People calling him a toothless bogan racist.
A toothless bogan racist.
Now, okay, toothless, he's got one tooth that I can see in there.
He has one tooth.
And he's upset people rush to call him racist. They go, well, Nate, honestly, I agree with you that people shouldn't rush, but there is the markings you put on yourself, there is the way you choose to emblazon your outfits, and there is the people you hang out with.
The company you keep is a very important make-up of how people will see you as a person in your social setting. You, for example, if you hang out with frickin' Nazis, will be judged as a Nazi.
And I refuse to sugarcoat this whole Reclaim Australia. Oh, just mums and dads. Mums and dads with swastika tattoos, and one of your shining lights is on record as saying he greatly admires Hitler. Hitler's photo should be in every classroom. Kiddies should be taught Mein Kampf. That's why I say you're neo-Nazis, okay? Because that's who's at the core of your organisation, okay? And if you're going to deny that, you're somewhere between stupid and an outright liar, and I don't like either, quite honestly.
And there's 14 pages on how Jews gave us all syphilis in one camp. For him, check them yourself.
Yeah, so that's why people might be rushing to that judgment. Hey, look, I'd be willing to sit down with him and say, well, where do you stand, mate? I know you've gone on record as stating the reason you don't like the refos is you're worried they're taking the welfare that you want, which honestly, bud, doesn't exactly make you a shining light. You're worried that you're not going to get your free healthcare for your teeth. You're worried you're not going to get free housing commission at home, that someone else will. Maybe you should set your sights a bit higher.
Nave, I feel your pain there, mate. I want free teeth and I'd like a housing commission home. I'm going for that stuff too. But being, let's just call it a fag of the pink triangle days before we all went rainbow, I probably wouldn't want to sit down and talk with Dave because I'd probably want to punch on.
Well, you know, I'd be willing to give him a go if he's willing to listen and say, you clearly are completely ignorant on the topic of which you speak. Would you like some actual reality to enlighten your worldview? If he was open to talk, I'd be open to talk. But yeah, Nath, at least he didn't say some of my best friends are of the foreign variety, but he did say he had the one friend, a Bangladeshi guy who owns a fish and chip shop or a kebab shop, and he says, don't actually know his name, I call him Bangladesh. Nath?
Say, Nath, there you go, brother.
I'm not sure that makes him your friend.
No.
Is what I'm going to say.
No.
So,
Maybe he's got one of those way too hard to pronounce names.
well, you know, thumbs up to Nath for going for a hard to pronounce name like Bangladesh and didn't call him Johnny Foreigner.
Yes, true.
So, yeah, you know, young Nath makes some points that are worth making about judging someone by appearance. But, dude, when there's your appearance, your tattoos of a particular ilk, your clothing,
And
which
the Nazism.
the Nazis you hang out with, and the things you actually say out of your mouth hole, that's actually more than one thing people are basing it on.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nath, maybe take some time to think it over, or, you know, just continue in the same vein and you will actually reinforce everyone's stereotype.